In 1990, nobody thought a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie would work. Most people were familiar with the Turtles from the 80s cartoon that was crazy and fantastical and goofy. But those original lovers of the Ninja Turtles loved that original comic book run from Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, which is a lot more mature, and didn't see the Turtles having different personalities, different color masks. And so how do you bridge the gap to make a movie that would resonate with modern audiences? Studios didn't want to be a part of it. People thought it was too goofy. But in 1990, when the movie came out, Turtle Mania swept the nation. Why was this movie so successful, and why, 35 years later, is it still a cult classic? I recently went and watched this movie in theaters for the 35th anniversary, and this movie still is as amazing as it was when I was watching it on VHS as a kid. The main reason I think this movie works is not because I think the Turtles are funny or the action is cool, even though that is true. Jim Henson poured out his heart for one of his last projects to make these costumes look really realistic for a mature, more realistic version of these turtles. And even though for the 1990s he did the job really well, this movie can still come off a little goofy for those who weren't expecting it. But I think the reason this movie did so well and still is resonating to this day is because of the theme of family. Now, Ninja Turtles, they're four brothers. They have a dad who's a rat. He trains them how to be ninjas to fight the Foot Clan and Shredder. It's the same old story we've been getting since the 80s. These turtles just weren't cartoon characters or action figures. This movie actually made us care about what would happen to these turtles. And it taught us that the idea of family, the importance of family, the importance of brotherhood, and the importance of overcoming your fears is something that we all deal with. Now, if you've seen this movie, you kind of know the story. Shredder comes to town, gets all these kids to become part of the Foot Clan. The turtles have to step up and fight this threat. And into the midst of the movie, the Foot Clan figures out exactly where the turtles live, and Splinter gets kidnapped. And this is where the heart of the movie becomes, because the turtles have to fight for the first time in their life. They have lost. They have lost their master. They have lost their father. And they have to deal with the fear and the worry that they've never had to deal with before. They're teenagers. Most people don't realize that these turtles, it's in the name, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but these turtles are boys. They're kids. And they're having to learn how to grow up and fight and become these heroes that no one is expecting them to be. And so in this movie, Raphael gets hurt after they kidnap Splinter. And with April and Casey Jones, the turtles retreat to April's old family farm. And this family farm, this scene, this part of the movie that comes in like the close to the third act, this is where the movie and the meat of it, the real meaning of this movie comes. Because you really get to see how these brothers come together, how much they care for one another. How Leonardo leads the turtles, how much he cares for his brother, how he sits beside the tub where Raphael is, where he's healing until he comes back. And they're training, and they're meditating, and they're waiting to figure out exactly what they're going to do. They don't know if their father's alive. They don't know where Splinter is. They don't know how they're going to beat Shredder. And they're fearful. They're worried. They think that everything they've ever fought for and everything they were trained for was for nothing. And my favorite scene of the movie is when they're all meditating around the fire. Because Leonardo says, I know Splinter's alive. I heard him. They all sit around the fire. They're meditating. Master Splinter somehow shows up, manifests up through the fire, and says, I'm so proud of you, my sons. He says that the battle is not in the body. The real battle is in the mind. To overcome the fear that's in our mind. And that's when the turtles activate. That's when the turtles decide, we can do this. That's when the turtles go back to New York and fight Shredder and save all the kids who have been brainwashed by Shredder. And that's what I love about this movie. Because it shows the real crime of humanity. It shows how people can be fearful and follow the wrong path because they think that their family is not for them, or they think that they have to live up to the standard that society has set before them. And instead, because the turtles defeat Shredder, they're able to show New York that they're not freaks, that they are capable, that the fears that the city faces, they don't have to do it alone because the turtles are there to fight it, because they have family, because they're all family. And at the end, the greatest thing is that the turtles don't even defeat Shredder. It's actually Master Splinter that defeats Shredder because he comes to his boy's aid. He acts as a father who is there for his sons who saved him. And at the end, they all overcome the fear. They all overcome that thing deep inside of them that was telling them, I can't do this. I'm too afraid. I'm paralyzed. And ultimately, I think that's why this movie resonates. Ultimately, I think this is why this movie set the stage for Ninja Turtles for years to come. All the cartoons we grew up with, and even to the movies to this day, and the shows to this day, all kind of capture that family element that original 80s cartoon really didn't. But it really captures what Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird were trying to get across in that original comic book run. That these turtles, they're not freaks. They're family. They're here to save you and me. They're here to save New York. And because of that, Turtle Mania will always be a thing. And that's why this 35th anniversary re-release in theaters is doing so well. It's done so well that they're extending the run in the theaters. And next year, for the 35th anniversary of Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, that's coming out. And I'm excited to see how people respond to this and how the Ninja Turtles continue to live on, because these original Ninja Turtle movies in the 90s have a special place in my heart and so many of you out there. So I want to know in the comments down below, what is your favorite part of this movie? Why do you love these movies so much? What is your favorite thing about Ninja Turtles? Like this video and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video from us. But until next time, Cowabunga, dudes.
Cowabunga! I made a funny